other, but they have compatible, parts. So. But the funny thing.
Oh, they got compatible parts, so they could go right together just fine. Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction is the Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom pitch meeting, and yet another classic in the world of Indiana Jones. I'm so happy he's doing all of these movies. Very curious to see how exactly he's going to pitch this, what sort of jokes he's going to make, because a little bit of a spoiler, this is one of my more favorite Indiana Jones movies, and I'll explain why as we sort of get through this pitch meeting and get into the end and give my overall thoughts there. So before we get into all that though, please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, the pitch meeting link and his personal channel link. They're both great ways to support him, and a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video, click all those buttons down there, because I also like to see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
So, you have the new Indiana Jones script for
Indiana?
me? Yes, sure, I do. Well, it's pronounced Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of the parody series my sleazy brother's working on. Oh, my
Oh.
God. So what's going on in
Oh,
this
that
one?
sounds
Well,
weird.
it's going to be called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Very Bad Things. We'll workshop that. If you say so. So,
Doom.
Indy is at this deal in Shanghai with a crime boss named Lao Che. Lao Che. And Indy is going to get poisoned, and there's going to be this big fun action set piece where he's trying to get the antidote. Fun. Super fun. He's
Lots
going to
of
punch
fun.
a lady right in the face. What? And meanwhile, the
Whoopsie.
female lead of the movie's scrambling around trying to get this diamond. Oh, a female lead, huh? What's her deal? Well, she's a singer at this nightclub they're at. Her name is Willie Scott. Oh, singing Willies are tight.
Oh.
She does this thing where she screams. Uh-huh. So that's what she'll be doing the whole movie. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
eventually
lots
Indy
of screaming
grabs Willie,
throughout.
the woman, and they escape through the window together, and they're driven away by this young orphan that Indy's friends with, named Short Round. Why is Indy
Yay,
friends with
Short
a young
Round!
orphan? Well, Short Round's family was killed in a bombing, so Indiana took him away from that near-death experience and brings him on to a bunch of others. Nice. So the three of them escape to an airfield just in the nick of time. Very exciting. And they get on an airplane, but it turns out it belongs to Lao Che, and the pilot works for him. So I guess Lao Che grabs them, huh? Well, no, the pilot flies away.
Yeah,
Why would the pilot not just hand over the guy his boss is chasing? Because they have this evil plan where the pilot's gonna ditch the plane and leave them to crash and die. But he could have killed them without ever leaving the airfield, let alone crashing an airplane. Yeah, well, the movie takes place in India, and that's where the plane's gonna crash, so... Oh, he was giving them a lift
because the plane has to crash, so the movie happens. Let it happen.
the plot. He was giving them a lift to the plot, that's right. So they start freaking out because this guy didn't leave them a parachute or nothing. Well, it's gonna be impossible to survive without a parachute. Actually, it's gonna be super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, he left them with an inflatable raft, so they
so
just,
it's fine.
use that to float down and then toboggan down the Himalayas in it and then fly off a giant cliff and land in some water, do some rafting. I did not know inflatable rafts could do that.
Apparently
kind of
it
thing. I'm gonna
can!
dangerously play around with one for sure. You should give it a shot.
Ryan,
Your
George,
children
and
should,
Pitch
too. Just
Meeting,
bring an
along with their
inflatable raft
affiliates,
to
are
any
not
dangerous
responsible for
situation.
any
The raft
injuries,
will get you out of it.
damages,
I agree.
or
That sounds like a great
adverse
thing for
effects
kids
that
to
may
do.
occur as a
An
result of
inflatable
watching
raft
this
keep
video.
you
The
alive if
content
you
is
jumped off
intent
a
for
building, and one
entertainment
sure
purposes
would. An
only,
inflatable raft
and any action
basically
takes
makes you
place.
invincible.
Wow.
Anyway, so then they end up in this little Indian...
Well, because you know someone's gonna try to do something, and then when they do it, they'll come back to this and try to sue him for it.
village, and the people say they need Indy's help. Why? Well, some evil folks from a nearby palace stole one of their rocks. Oh, no! And this was a special rock. That's even worse!
Yes!
They also kidnapped all their children. Yeah, that sucks too, I guess. So why do they need Indy's help? They've just been praying for the right person to come around and save them. For the what? For the right person to come around and save them. Oh, okay. And Indy figures out that this is a magical Sankara stone, so he's interested, archaeologically speaking. Very archaeologically exciting. So he and Willie and Short Round head on over to this palace. Where are the singer and the orphan going too? Because they're in the movie now. Got it. So they get to this palace and attend this banquet where they're fed stuff like bugs and snakes and eels and frozen monkey brains. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the kind of stuff Indian people eat. I did not look into it at all. Huh. And then
Clearly
there's gonna
not.
be a funny scene where Indy and Willie are about to hook up. Oh, they like each other. They've shown nothing but disdain for each other, but they have compatible, parts, so. But the funny thing
They got compatible parts, so they could go right together just fine.
That they're both playing hard to get. You know, Willie wants him to come to her room to hook up, and he wants her to come to his room to hook up next to the orphan child. What? But then an assassin pops out and tries to kill Indy. Oh no. And then Indy's gonna find a secret passageway in Willie's bedroom that leads to a bunch of bug tunnels and booby traps and stuff. Why would that be connected to the guest bedroom? Hey, don't look at me. I'm not the architect. I'm just the guy that made up the architect.
And it's an Indiana Jones movie. Of course there's gonna be stuff like that.
In this whole plan of his. No further questions. So eventually these secret tunnels lead to the Temple of Very Bad Things, where they see a human sacrifice going on. Those are pretty fun. What? I mean,
what?
Oh no! So then the good guys get captured.
What is that guy doing in his free time?
And they make Short Round go to work in the mines with all the other kids. What are the miners mining for? Well, the bad guys have 3 of these magic stones, but there should be 5 of them, so everybody's looking for the other 2. Got it. And the high priest puts Indy into a trance, and then they prepare to sacrifice Willie. Not good. But luckily, Short Round escapes by hitting his chains and breaking them in just a couple minutes. Makes you wonder why all the kids didn't do that. No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. So Short Round...
I didn't. I just thought Short Round was awesome, so...
is just to get Indy out of this trance by burning him. Wow, if fire breaks the trance, the priest must make sure there's no fire around at all. Actually, it seems like there's nothing but fire around. It's like the main theme of the temple. Risky aesthetic choice, okay. So then they're gonna free all the slave children and do a super exciting escape scene on miles and miles of mine tracks.
Yay!
Very fun. But then the priest knocks over a water tower that was inside the mine. So the mine tunnels are gonna get completely flooded. I mean, if the water tower was in there, how would there be enough water to fill up all the tunnels? Water expands to fill whatever container it's in. I think that's gas.
Yeah, that is
a gas too. It's a real good time. Never mind. So then they get cornered on this rope bridge above a bunch of crocodiles. Uh-oh. So Indy chops the rope and a bunch of bad guys fall into the water and immediately turn into screaming clothes. What? And then there are just the good guys and the high priest left dangling, so Indy's gotta fight him. Hell yeah, Indy, fight that dangling priest. So Indy invokes the name of Shiva, which causes the stones to light up and burn the priest, who then falls to his death. And this is the same Indiana Jones that doesn't believe in supernatural stuff in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, that movie takes place like a year after the events of this one, so that's plenty of time to forget this whole thing.
Forget this whole thing? Oh my god.
And then a bunch more bad guys are about to shoot Indy with arrows, but the British Indian Army shows up. Wow, well thank God for British colonialism. Well, so then they return to the village and all the children come running in behind them. Weren't the children released from the mines quite some time before Indy? Yeah, well they held back for dramatic effect, I guess. Nice. And so that's about it. What do you think? Oh, it sounds like a good time. Did you have any thoughts on casting? Well, for Willie, I was thinking we could get someone who might eventually marry the director. Sure, let's hook him up. And for Short Round, I mean, doesn't really matter. Kid actors don't usually amount to much.
Oh, but they do, though! And I remember seeing this. That was so awesome to see all of his success. And then to see, what was it, the pictures or videos of him hugging Harrison Ford. That was just so heartwarming. Because it goes for this movie. I absolutely loved it. I loved it when I first saw it when I was a kid. And you can't tell me otherwise. Because this is one of those movies, at least for me anyways, where I watch it and I sort of get transported mentally back to what I was feeling at the time, how old I was at the time, to where I'm just like shutting my brain off, and I just got kid brain going on, and I'm just watching all these cool things happening one after another. I see Short Round doing his thing, I see Indiana Jones doing his thing throughout the movie, and I'm just enjoying everything I'm seeing, regardless of any plot holes, anything else. Because when you're a kid, when you're a kid watching movies like this, you're not looking for any plot holes. You're just looking for the excitement. You're looking for the action. You're looking for the fun. And this movie had all of that. And I know this movie isn't exactly ranked high on the Indiana Jones movie list, but it certainly is on mine. But that's gonna do it for me here, though. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Cruising, Wolverine310, GBN, Caster Cronus, Joseph McSweeney, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Joshy, Chris Curtis, Haley Machinardi, Ann Perry, Larka, Voskophony, Morgan Page, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Lauren, Jenny the Swifty, Matt Hushy, Fleet Street Vicomp, Christopher Banyard, Steffi, Travis Knopps, Sophie the Sunset Girl, Sarah Long, Summer the Dog Lover, Scott, Misa3, and Andrew of the Voo. And if you too like to have a shout out at each and every one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/TheDanReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.